have. Another budget year, another grim scenario for the city of Ogdensburg. The 2024 estimated budget released by interim city manager Andrea Smith anticipates more than $14 million in spending next year. The city would need to collect about $6.7 million in property tax to pay for it. But the state's tax cap allows the city to raise only $4.85 million, leaving a budget shortfall of nearly $1.9 million. City Councilor Dan Scamperly says to close that gap, overriding that tax cap is a must for next year. He blames the council majority for accruing too many legal fees and cutting taxes too much without other forms of revenue.
Overriding the tax cap is essential for the next year's budget, and they don't look like they really have any interest in doing that. But we have a lot of money that we are not going to be bringing in because of that.
The council now is minus one member with the recent resignation of Nicole Kennedy. Scamperly fears that will leave the council unable to pass a 2024 budget at all.